Alrighty, folks, we've made it. Our sixth and final example for hyperbolas. I know it's been a long lesson. Glad it got split up. So, we're going to graph this hyperbola. Alright, but what does this hyperbola actually look like? It's not in standard form, so we need to complete the square to get it into standard form. So the first thing I'm going to do is regroup it. So I'm going to put 3x squared first, followed by the minus 24x. Alright, and then I have minus y squared, minus 6y, and I'm going to move that plus 27 to the other side and make it a negative 27. Okay. Now I'm leaving the x squared first because it was a positive out of the two squared, so that means x squared should come first and y squared should come second, because we know it's something squared minus something else squared. All right, so next step is to factor out the 3. So that leaves you the x squared minus 8x, and I'm going to fill in a blank in a moment to complete the square. All right, now with the y squared, there's just a negative in front, so I'm going to pull out the negative, make it y squared. That turns this to a plus 6y, and I'm going to fill in a blank to complete the square there. And that's going to equal negative 27 plus 2 values to correspond to the other two blanks. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to do b over 2 is negative 8 over 2, square that. So we're doing negative 4 squared, comes out to 16. But on the right, I can't just put a 16. This number has to be 3 times 16, which is really 48, okay? That's because I have the 3 here times the 16 is what created that 48. Right? Now let's take a look at the next piece. So b over 2 squared is 6 over 2 squared, which equals 3 squared, which is a 9. Now on the other side, what am I going to put in that place? Well, it's going to be a negative 9. Smara, why would I write plus negative 9? Well, it's because I have a negative 1 out in front times a 9, so I'm really doing right here negative 1 times 9, okay? Remember, we have to balance, so we have to take the coefficients into consideration when we write the right-hand side. So now we're ready for the factoring step. So I'm going to have 3 times x minus 4 squared minus, parentheses, y plus 3 squared is equal to, let's see, negative 27 and minus 9 is negative 36. Negative 36 plus 48 is 12. Okay. We are one step from getting this in a standard form, and that step is I can't have a 12 here. I have to have a 1. So I'm going to divide out a 12, divide out a 12, divide out a 12. All right. So here we go. What do we really have? We have x minus 4 squared, and then 3 over 12. 3 over 12 is 1/4, so this reduces down to a 4, minus y plus 3 squared over 12 is equal to 1. So this is the equation that we're going to go ahead and we're going to graph. All right, so let's copy this over. The magic of an iPad. And I'm going to go down to the next slide. All right, there it is. So this is what we're going to try to graph now. All right, so what do I know? I know that because x comes first, this is going to have a horizontal transverse axis. I also know that a has to equal 2 to get to the 4. And then I also know here that b has to equal the square root of 12, which is 2 square roots of 3, which is approximately 3.5. Approximately 3.5. All right. Let's find the value of c. So we've got c squared equals a squared, 4, plus b squared, 12. So c squared is equal to 16. So c is equal to 4. So a and c are nice. B is a kind of funky number, all right? But at least the decimal is a decent number to work with. This is one of the times where writing out the actual slopes isn't super easy to plot that slope, because the slope here is plus or minus Under the y, I have the square root of 12. And under the x, I have the 2. Well, this is plus or minus 2 square root 3 over 2. So the slopes are plus or minus the square root of 3. And the square root of 3 is not an easy number to work with. Okay? So this is where the box technique that we've been talking about, it comes in really handy. All right. Oh, we forgot to identify our center. Silly Miss Morrow. Come on. You can do it. Ah! Sorry, guys. My iPad is bugging out on me. The center here is that x is 4, y is negative 3. Okay, dokie. Let's see if it'll cooperate now. All right, we want to make our graph. This is going to be predominantly in the 4th quadrant. So I'm going to go like this. Let's see, my center is at 4, negative 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go to 9. That should get us plenty far enough. And then I'm going to draw a few on the other side just in case. And then I'm going to go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to get to negative 7, I think. Will probably be a safe space. All right, here we go. Center. I'm going to put my center point. I'm going to switch it up. I'm actually going to do this with light green for a better contrast. Center point, I'm going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 3. That's my center point. All right, my vertices are 2 units to the left and right. So I'm going to go left 2, right 2. My center doesn't really look centrally located. Let's slide it over a little bit. There we go. Okay. That looks a little better. All right. And then to make my asymptotes, I need to use the b value, which we said was approximately 3.5. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3.5, and down 1, 2, 3.5, and go up 3.5, and down 3.5. And I'm going to draw my asymptotes through those 4 corners, but also through my center. So there's 1. And there's the other one. Okay. And now I'm going to draw my curves. So this is going to be a fairly wide one. All right. And now my focus points. All right, so the foci on this guy. Foci for this guy. All right. I need to go 4 units side to side. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the point 0, negative 3. And then I'm also going to go for my center 1, 2, 3, 4. And that point is 8, negative 3. All right. And that takes care of problem number 6. All right. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out and let me know. I wish you guys luck with your homework, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help.